Welcome back to Wook Plus. I'm Weekend Wook, joined by Kev the Great Went and Mr. T Strong. What's up, guys?
Tiberius.
Tiberius. Kev likes to call me a different T name every time, so people don't know my real name. He said Tiberius, and everyone was like, "His name's Tiberius."
Somebody commented that. Somebody commented on a video. I never knew that was T's real name because we said his real name, and the guy was like, "I always thought it was Tiberius, like James T. Kirk." And
that was the same thing as that cool guy on Instagram that was like telling us about the stuff, and then was like, "Oh, I thought T was Tim, and you were trying." It was so funny. I was like, "I've got to clarify that a little bit better sometime."
No, your name's Tatum. I thought. It's
yes.
Wait, your name's not Tatum?
Tatum? Yes.
Tater. Tater.
Wrong.
Tater.
That's it.
Shout out to Andy Logan, our new member.
It's good to see you, Tim. The other T.
The other T.
In the Wook Plus. Way to go, Andy. Welcome, Andy. Hey, listen, so we're going to do something for you, though, Andy, because we're moving to volume. We're trying to get everybody to be members or become all access people over on volume. So, Kev, why don't you tell them what we're going to run for people? We haven't announced it yet.
What do you mean?
Your specials that you want to run to bring people over to volume.
Oh, we do have a special. Yeah, maybe I should make a banner.
You guys,
yes, we're going to be giving away 1 month free for everybody, especially those of our tight crew folk, the members over here. We have a couple deals going on that we can send you guys to become all access members of Volume for at least a month, maybe more, for free before fully signing up, so you can get used to everything over there, and you can let this expire and not pay for it anymore on YouTube after this month if you would like. Oh, Kev's hard at work. Make sure you spelled everything right, Kev.
I love how you guys are so prepared.
We are. Here, let's scroll that baby doll too. We have the technology.
There you go. You know what? See, there you go. So you go over there, join it, enter the code Moon Cabin, and you get a month free. You get a month free.
There you
go.
See,
Jason, instead of being like the rest of us, because I'm exactly like you too. Wait, I was putting Jason's thing up there and procrastinate for 6 months before he flips the volume.
Yeah.
I know. That's why we were trying to soft roll it and stop cutting things out on YouTube. So you have to go over there. Oh, Radio Star Killer's over on volume. So I'm going to say hi to him. Welcome, Radio.
John, Jason, Greg. Hey, I saw
It's
Jason.
A new dawn, people. It's a new dawn. If you want to hear the clips, we've gotten popped both times with Wook Club doing clips. But over on Volume, we're allowed to do the clips because they support the fair use doctrine that YouTube tends to ignore.
They support creators being creative to their utmost. So we can it's so much fun. Wait, I just want to say, Kev, it's so much fun being able to listen to the clips. Like, it's fun to talk about it, but then to play it and be able to hear it and then talk about it, it's awesome. I'm still waiting for one of y'all in the crowd to come on with us and talk about the show with us, because that's going to be our real next level, and that's what we're trying to make happen.
Right. Greg H, it's Wook Plus spelled out. It isn't the plus because their URL didn't like that. So we had it's WOOKPLUS. So
right, you can't. The plus is a tough thing in most things.
So I tell you what,
say that, Jason, that story, but they were all really high on the volume shilling. So yeah, it was great seeing you too, man. Multiple times.
we did it's the 24. They've done 21 shows. Here's where I was. Phish has done 21 shows. So is the Grateful Dead at Hampton. They did 21 shows. So Phish is going to surpass the Grateful Dead this year. And we thought, hey, I thought, and I dragged these two into it with me, why not rank all 21 Hampton shows? We are going to go deep, quick. We're going to do them in order, right, Tim? Is that the deal?
Yeah, I think so. You want to, let's see.
Yeah,
oh, no.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, there it is.
Let's
I got to
check
check
it
out that
out.
other thing. It's been a while. I'm out of practice. Where's the frames?
It's
the media assets. You might have to scroll up.
I got you, buddy. I got you. All right. 11/25/95, the debut, the first time Phish hit the illustrious Coliseum.
I was at that show.
Were you?
Yes.
I
I
listened
saw
to
every.
some of this show earlier, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. But I have a point. I want to hear what you think about it first, and then I wanted to tell you my take on it.
I'd say it's top. It's at the bottom of the top third. It's probably like sits around like 9 or 10 out of the 21 shows.
Well, we're doing tiers, my friend, so you
Right,
got to give
right.
me a
So
letter.
B. It would be a B.
All right.
Solid B. Solid.
It's funny because I actually agree with you, and I think it's actually better than that if you are just going show to show. But in my mind, the context of the 95 tour, it wasn't a standout show of that year, right? Like
Right.
in this pool, it is a very good show, but like, I don't know, the 95 through 98, 99 shows, there's some really good ones, but it's like hard because they're like all good, right? Like in that on those tours. Whereas like 13 was like a standout for that year. 18 had a standout. So, and we'll talk about 09. But yeah, I think B is does that make sense? I know I didn't explain that right, but like I think B is a good level for that.
Yep. Are you on board with this, T?
T don't care.
I don't care. He's
Completely
here for
agree.
moral support.
I completely agree.
I completely agree.
I'm chatting with Bungle and radio over on volume.
Nice. That's what we need. We need more of that. I'm getting that laptop tomorrow, guys, on volume, so I will be able to have volume open in front of me, and I'll have
without his computer melting. He'll be able to have multiple tabs open.
Oh, Forbin says B is low. It could be an A minus. It's a B plus A minus. We'll see how it pans out. We've been known to move things.
Okay, actually, I want to say that the timber to start the second set and that Mike's, I was listening to this morning. I literally started dancing, and I'm not like a person that like dances when I'm listening to music, but like I got up, it was so fucking good. So I'm fine with a low A or high B. Well, I guess we can leave it B, but I am fine with that possibly bumping up.
Too bad it can't like straddle the line.
I know. I actually like it better than the 96 show. So wherever the 95 shows ends up, for me the 96 show is a touch lower. Like I would say one letter lower of wherever the 95 show ends up.
And that's where I was on the 96. I absolutely love that 96 show. I had the time of my life, but it's a C show.
Yeah. All right. Wow, Kev. So far we're on the same page.
That's impressive, Kev, that you can separate attendance bias with such a good show and then still rank it.
Yeah, it was so fun. We were sitting around after the show trying to figure out what they played. And we got to like, I think Bowie was the second song. That was like as far as we got. And then like an hour later, my buddy Tom's like, a day in the life, man. And then they did a day in the life after Bowie.
Nice.
Here's my 97 take. I think both of these are better than 95 and possibly my favorite. I think high A tier. Where I struggle, and I tried to listen to them and refresh my memory on them, is which one I put ahead. I think, and I'm curious what you think of. I think I hold the second night a tiniest smidge above the first night.
I think most people do because of the Haley's Comet.
Yeah. Well, honestly, though, the Mike's into Hood, the Mike's Groove Hood in the first set was also really pretty good. So, but yeah, the Haley's was phenomenal.
This time, T, I'm not going to separate my attendance bias because the first night I had a spiritual thing. This woman came up to me. We barely spoke like 5 words to each other, but we hung out for the whole show. And then when the lights came up, we both just walked away from each other. I have no idea what her name is, but we had this intense like thing during the show. They opened with Emotional Rescue, which to me is still bizarre. So I would put 21 ahead of 22, but I mean, there's like, a fraction between the two of them, really. I mean, for a 2-night one,
that's why I wanted your opinion, because I went back and forth. Like I was kind of doing this in my head, and I was like, 21, no, 22. And I landed on 22 being slightly better for me, but that's such an arbitrary, like, run of the moment kind of thing. So.
Right. All right.
Did you see that John was at all the Dead shows at Hampton, and he's been to all the Phish shows?
I feel like
Oh,
John should
nice.
have come on this show, and he probably would speak a little bit better to it than we could.
And that's impressive. Oh, hey, Piper, that's impressive, man. That's a good run.
John, let us know what you think about our takes and if we get anything very wrong. I don't know if we'll change it, but I am curious what you think.
All right.
Especially
Now,
since he'll have attendance bias on all of them. So I'm curious what he thinks
Yeah.
of being in the building for everything.
98's kind of like a tale of two nights for me. I would put the 20th behind the 95 show on the B line, and I'd put the 21st on the A line.
Yeah, I agree with the 21st being ahead of the 20th. I've kind of liked both of them better than 95, so I was more like this, but I'm fine with that. I don't know which side, left or right, is better. So
Well, we read left to right, so the furthest left is the best.
right. So yeah, so I was on my personal was more like this. You were like that, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go with yours. I think that works. I'm not going to
Man.
argue with you, sir.
All I can say is some show is going to have to end up being on the bottom.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to be 12/17/99.
Yeah. D? Does it go down to D?
Oh man, I don't know if any of these are going to hit D, but yeah, I would put it in D for now and then see how it plays out. And then, I mean, the other night is probably right behind 11/21/98. That's really a tale of two nights.
Yeah. All the way up on A tier?
Yeah, I think so. It's ahead of the 95.
Well, I also had 98 ahead of 95, but
Right. I'd say it was in the top 10 shows of Hampton out of all of these. It would be in the top 50%.
yeah.
So,
All
man,
right.
I tell you what, the 03 was rough. I feel like it was rough from the beginning.
I couldn't really get through any of these. I had so I'm going to admit my bias here. I had not listened to these shows before this experiment. I was obviously had to pick and choose. I was curious. I started listening to them, and I was like, no, I'm good. So I feel bad. Like I didn't listen to these three all the way through. I did like spot listen to them and I'm not in a huge 2.0 phase right now. There was a like 8 or 9 years ago, I gotten like real heavy into 2.0 where like that's all I wanted to listen to. Right now, like the whole opiate trade thing is not, my favorite, but
Right.
I would have these lower than 99 or right around the 99 one, I think.
I would have 2 the lowest. I would have 3 just above that. And then, yeah, they're all going to go like right there. There's like a 2009 show we'll get to that probably belongs down there in the basement with them. See, that pushes the 99 show up to C, you'd think, right? Having those 3 down there on the D line.
Yeah.
Down on the D line.
D line. So John says his favorite Phish was 97 and the favorite Dead was 89.
Nice.
Yeah, it tracks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think 04, and like I don't want to sit here and just shit all over 2.0, but the 04 wasn't a whole lot better for me. I would say it's probably maybe low C tier. It's a little bit, but I don't know. It was pretty bad.
It was that whole, I mean, it was just rough, but there's nothing you can say to sugarcoat, what was going on then. And if you listen to it, there were some brilliant moments that they hit, but, most of it was tough to get through. Even with my empathy for the band, I felt bad that, they were going through that, even though they might not have realized it. And listening back, you get that, I think, more. So.
Yeah, it doesn't hold up well. All right, so this next show is pretty much the only reason I agreed to do this, because I wanted to argue all with y'all. am I going to say this is the best performed Hampton show? No. I don't think it's the best set list. I don't think it's any of those traditional metrics. But for me, this 3609 is goosebumpy goodness and is S tier all the way. It really comes down to Fluffhead. And Yem. But the mic says yes, the Fluffhead, the sparks that went through the Phish verse. Because I didn't even get to this show, but that night, I was hearing, and this wasn't like big, like I wasn't super connected on the internet. This was like friends texting and shit. Like the buzz went through. Like this was before I was on social media or anything. The buzz just went through the whole community, and people were fucking so excited. My first show was like a week or two later, or no, I guess a month later. No, a couple months later. It was like in June or whatever. But I was so tuned into it and so excited about it. And then when I finally got to hear it, it delivered on everything. And then the passing up of the tramps during M and everything. I don't know. To me, this is a really special show, and I think should be S tier. I think it would be silly to not put it up there.
But minus all of your extraneous things to it, musically, man, I put this probably after the 12-18-99. I would put it on the A as the Phish Showdown.
Okay. But you can't ignore all the extraneous because it's like trying to ignore all the extraneous at Coventry and being like, oh, well, if you take out the sadness and the drugs and the crying and right, this is the antidote to all of those hard feelings, right? This was the resolution. This was the climax to the downfall. Or maybe
is it S tier, T, or is it A tier? We've all listened to this show multiple times because it was the New Dawn.
New Dawn.
Right when I'm like a waitress. Right when you're taking a bite of food, how is everything?
Right when he starts.
Nice one.
It's all right, man. Just cough it out. 99 was a great year, Greg. It's actually one of my favorite years, but 99 Hampton compared 97 to 98.
Right. Well, one of the nights in 99 was up there. We have one of the nights up there, but the other night
that first night was
pedestrian. It was.
And if anything, it actually hurt because of how awesome the fall of 99 was. Like fall into December was. It made it stand out even more.
Right.
Because some of those shows leading around that time were some of my favorite shows. I'll concede A tier. I'll concede A tier. I wanted to make my argument. And it's a silly argument. Everybody knows the argument, but
it's not a silly argument.
I don't think you can understate how, especially, it was special then, but looking back now, through everything, all of 3.0 and all of the New Year's and the Halloweens and the albums and like the joy you see and the recovery and all of the happiness that has, propagated from it. Like that was the singular moment that launched everything. I mean, Wook Plus, right? Like all of this was like from that singularity. Without that singularity, none of this evolves. It was
like the Big Bang. It was like because of that life,
and then it turned into a whimper. All right, let me throw this out to you. Behind the 96, we move up 1403 behind that to the C tier.
Behind the 96,
we move up the 010403.
Yeah.
All right, and then we move the 99 behind that. All right, and then we throw the 07 and 08, 09 somewhere down on that bottom row with those other guys because it's a toss-up. I mean,
wait, which? Oh, a 7, 8.
Yeah, I think that the 09 are better than the 04, 03s. I think that they would be to the left and not the right. Yeah, right. Does that seem fair for that?
Yeah, they had isolated moments that were like promising, and there was still the buzz from the first night. But my recollection of it was the oh no, right? Like everybody's like, yeah, we're back, motherfucker. And then like it was like, oh, all right, we're not all the way back. It's like there's a little bit of growing room there. But yeah, I agree with that placement.
All right. One of these shows in 13 I am pretty high on. Are you high on any of them?
Yeah, I am high on actually the 1018 one I thought was really funky and had a really nice tight sound and really embodied that 2013 sound. I think 19 is probably a nicer set list and probably a little better executed. So I don't know. They're not that much better, but the first one I thought the Wolfman's kicking it off and like the sound they had was really I like the funky feel of the first night, I guess. But that's a very personal preference thing.
Right.
20,
See, I would put I would put
I don't remember the 20 show.
Right. I would put the 1020 show on the A tier and then put the other two on the B tier.
I didn't realize that Golden Age was on the 3. That was crazy.
I think that's the way I do it. The 20th would be behind the 12, 18, 99, and then the other two would fall in order 18th, 19th behind the 11, 20, 98. I think that looks right.
Yeah.
I got a feeling.
Dude,
I mean, I really think that
wait, I gotta tell you, Mr. Bungle said that he 09 was his only Hampton, and he said that Fluffhead stands alone. Depending on how you phrase the question, chances are that's his number one.
That's what I said. Fuck yeah. Kev's full of shit. He's wrong.
Uh-huh.
I'm in charge now.
Dude, it's definitely not number one. It's definitely not the best Hampton show, man. There you go. We'll work with that. All right. I think out of these three, that the 19th is the star and deserves to be A, maybe even deserves to be a fourth one up on S.
Yeah, I think all three of these are A shows or high B at the least. I think you're right. The 19th is the best of the three, but it wasn't a huge drop off. I thought all of them were, I don't know. Where do you want to put it? I don't think above 98. I think above 13, though.
The 1019? I think the 1019 goes up behind your Hampton show in 09.
Up here?
Yeah.
All right. Wow. I agree with that in theory. Like, I agree it's an S tier show, but the 98 show is really fucking good. But it's like I said in the beginning, though, it's in the context of like the standout of like the tour and the playing. I feel like, yeah, all right.
You know what my biggest issue with the 98 show is the Hampton Comes Alive CD that came out months later, because they specifically picked those set lists thinking about making the live album. I don't think that they were organic shows. Some fantastic playing, but all the bust outs, they did Cry Baby
But that
Cry.
doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. That kind of works sometimes.
Right. They made sure everybody got a writing credit. If you look at the CDs, everybody's got their name on at least one song, so everybody got a cut of the royalties off of it. I think it was a business decision thing, and maybe not all, but a lot of the set list choices were made thinking that way.
Yeah. So I have a problem. Not a problem. Well, where do we put these? These are very high too, but all right, I'll say my problem before I put it. I think these are also high B or low A shows. But now 95 feels
needs to go up one. 95 needs to go up, and they need to go into the B row. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
And
20. I have
right now. Do we move that end one down on B down to C just so we have? No, I
liked 18 better than 19 and 13.
Right.
Like I like night one better, but I think, from what I understand, people like the second night better.
Right. So I think that's
they're not here.
I feel like that's a fair picture, right?
Yeah, we're not gonna get any hate on social media for this.
For crushing the well, actually, we did get one of the 3.0 shows up into the C row, so that's good.
The 2.0.
2.0, yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
3.0 did awesome. 3.0 is S tier, A tier,
That's
B
some really
tier,
good
and
stuff. I
C
had
tier.
tickets to that. I had tickets to that 10, 19, 18 show and didn't go.
Yeah, why not?
Because it wasn't worth it to me to leave the kids for the night.
Yeah,
Basically, where your head is right now with a lot of
yeah.
things.
I
You
gotta
know?
tell you, man, we haven't really talked all that much, which is nuts. But the chilling with the family at the show, I never thought would have been my like jam. Because like I usually, my shows are a little bit headier than that. But I absolutely loved SPAC and having them there and like dancing with the girls and shit. Like, it was one of the most special runs I've ever had, which was cool because it was like my 100th show
Right.
run, but it wasn't special because the 100th show is special because of the family.
Wait till you get to the side hug.
don't.
Yeah, it comes quick. It comes quick. It came quicker for my older one than my younger one, but
Yeah.
it happens. Younger ones tend to hold on longer because they're younger ones. They've always been the youngest.
Just keep taking them to shows.
Yeah, well, it's funny because the oldest, who was 6, she's turning 7 this week, but she was like, "Oh, I don't want to go." Like bitching about it in the morning, whatever. And then when we're walking out, when we left during the encore, right, just a few minutes, just to beat everybody, and she was like huge smiles, just like looking up, and I was like, "So you want to come back tomorrow?" And she's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it."
Nice. That's great.
It's a lot.
I
It's a
love it.
lot.
Yeah,
So,
dude, it was great.
A couple announcements real quick before we wrap up. We are going to be doing our first press media gig. We're still talking to the people, but I'm announcing soon that I will be at a festival with a press pass. We're actually going to be legit with that. So
We'll see
Seems
how
like
it
a
goes.
premature announcement if you can't give the details. He's excited. It's fine.
He's
yeah,
excited.
it's fun. Well, and
don't forget about your big interview.
right, Billy Strings, night 2. If you're in Baltimore in the afternoon, come over to the 8x10, 3 to 5. I will be interviewing Mike Ayers, sharing the groove. We're going to have Uncle Graham's Uncle Knuckles 1 gram band is going to be there joining us. And hopefully we get to stream them the night before. We're trying to work that out. That might
And
be
we will
fun.
be streaming Kev's interview on volume for those of us that can't make it to Baltimore to be at the show live. It will be on volume. I think it'll be all access, but it will be on volume.
For the festival is in Catonsville, Maryland, Forbin. It's called Oktoberfest. It's got Dogs, Neighbor, Seven Teller, which is a local Baltimore band. He has a lot. I've interviewed the guy before, but I don't think anybody who was in the band then is in the band now, except like the main guy. I think it's one of those deals. It's his band. It's like Goose. Trevor just keeps his mouth shut. That's why he still has a job.
What else you got, Cav? What else?
What tomorrow? Michael Weiss, God Street Wines manager, MS advocate. We're gonna have a short talk with him. It's only about 20 minutes. It comes out tomorrow morning, and then next week we get back into recap mode. After shows. Are you going to be around for some after shows this time, Tim?
Am I allowed? I haven't checked with Wook Plus Management. Do I have a spot?
Yes.
Yeah, we can squeeze you in.
Yeah, I would love to. I'm planning on watching the shows, and I'd love to pontificate about the band.
Yes.
I think the first night I'm going to be out because Willie Nelson and Dylan are playing, and I promised the youngest I'd take her to see Dylan. So
I'll definitely be here that night.
Bourbon and Beyond night. Well, we don't even know if they're streaming the Bourbon and Beyond though.
Yeah, they have to. They have to.
Something will have to happen. I mean, it'll have to be, I would think, played somewhere. I'm surprised no one's doing the festival. Like, there's always somebody streaming from somewhere. So I'm surprised it's not. They haven't heard anything about that yet, but we'll see.
We'll see what happens. If not, we have 7 shows.
Well, Tucker, Kev, it's been great being back. It's your name, right?
Tucker.
Exactly. It's good to see you. Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah,
It's nice to
man.
get all your expertise.
I don't know if it's expertise, but there's opinions there.
Right.
Some
If
of
you're
your expert
watching
opinions.
this later, make sure you leave a comment. Let us know what you're thinking. And hold on, let's run that banner real quick again.
Run that banner.
Banner.
Get it up. Get it up. Get it up.
I'm working on it. I wanted to
There
see
it
if I
is.
could get it to
There it
scroll.
is. Oh, this one scrolls. Okay. There
Yeah.
you go. Blindvolume.com. What plus? 1 month free code Moon Cabin.
Moon Cabin. Bonus points if you know what Moon Cabin is, or if you've seen the uncut version of Moon Cabin. You would have to be a member on
You've
YouTube.
seen the director's cut of Moon Cabin. Drop us a DM and we'll give you something even more special.
We'll get you a sticker, the Snyder Cut. We're going to be in the sticker business soon.
I'll give you 2 more months free if you can tell us what.
There you go. You'll get 3 months free if you know what Moon. If you have seen the uncut.
Moon Cabin.
But you have to tell us how it ends, because if you did watch through the whole thing,
the answer is not a Goose album. If you come at me with Goose album, you automatically lose. You are
yeah, right. We're revoking your membership.
Even though that's where it's the idea was llamas.
And I had no idea. Like, that was the best part. I was like, when Chad was talking about it and we decided to do like what was the MTV one? Like
Real World.
Yeah, Real World on the Moon. I was like, that is the most brilliant idea ever. And calling it Moon Cabin was brilliant. And you guys are like, it's a goose. I was like, really? Oh, well.
And then the spinoff, I think the spinoff was even better, Heads in Space.
Well, yeah, that's the best. That's the best thing we've ever done. But the funny thing is, to make it full circle, though, having Greg Knight come on Moon Cabin was epic.
Yeah, that was epic.
That was epic.
No, Kev, Heads in Space was one of the commenters were like, oh, you guys are just a bunch of heads lost in space, like calling us like deadheads and saying we were all spaced out. And we latched onto the comment and we're like, heads in space. That's a brilliant idea.
Heads in space. Oh, I wanted to bring that back. We need to do an updated version of that. We always say that, but we really do. It would take a lot to get the green screen out and shit and do it again, but I would like to do it.
I still have the green screen hanging from the ceiling, but I bet you if I pulled it down, you get like a moth flying out kind of thing.
Look at that. Remember when you built that so it was like easy to do it?
I haven't used it since. I installed it when we started Live, and I've not used it since.
Oh, well, just think what you could do for your like work meetings with that.
Yeah, right.
You could like get video. You could get video of a work site, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm out here on the job."
Call them on your phone and do it totally, because they would never. With your phone, they wouldn't be able to really see it anyway. That's perfect. We need to have an old school Live one night. We should and pull clips, Kev, from old episodes and just like reminisce and talk. Maybe for like Thanksgiving or something, we can do something like that and get Llama back on here. Just having Tim on and rehashing all this is killing me. It's so funny.
Yeah, I miss all that stuff.
I know. All
right, give me the all clear.
All right. Hey, oh boy. Piper's excited. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Greg. Thanks, John. Thanks, William, for joining us. And Bundle. How do I say MRE? Mr. E and Radio SK, of course, over on Volume. Thanks for going over there, guys. We will get that checked more.
MSG is one I had to dip out early. That's when I melted.
Yes.
The last night of the April run.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got puddled. It was the worst experience of my life.
I kept texting you and you're like, and then you're finally like, I'm actually back at the hotel now.
Somebody gave me a box of bones and it was the dirtiest I've ever seen in New York City. And I took too much and it was grime everywhere. And I went to the hotel, I saw a box of bones and I just started crying. I was like, fuck this. Yeah, that's the only time I've ever really left the show early.
That was funny.
Good times.
I remember that so well.
All right.
All right, guys. Thanks. We'll catch you guys later. Run it, Kev.
Wook plus live.
It's great. You got to get your shirt off though. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Oh boy. There it is. My hair looks like I've been in space.
I'm in space.
And now, heads
we should lobby the
in
chat.
space.
Tell us what to do.
Tell us what to do. I gotta take off. Take off the
Heads in space.